Howdy, y'all. Jim Bob. What's happening? Shaking. I'm on this carburetor kick, so we're going to talk some carburetor basic information. Down here on the bench, just put your head down a little bit and you'll see what I'm looking at. I got two carburetors. I don't know what that noise is. This one is off a motorcycle, okay? This is a flat slide carburetor. So you pull the throttle, the door opens and closes, okay? Just like that. It goes up and down, as soon as you twist the throttle. This carburetor is off a smaller engine, and this is what we call a butterfly carburetor. And it's just a door. And when you rev up your throttle, that door opens and closes. It turns sideways. Both of these are, doing the same thing, but this one's a little bigger. You obviously can't put a butterfly carburetor onto this application, or it would probably run as fast as the speed of smell. So therefore, we went with the butterfly for the smaller engines. Okay, it's not that demanding that you need instant throttle response, air fuel. This one also has a bowl on it. The bowl has a float. That's where the gas is held until the carburetor demands it. Then it pulls it up through the center. The venturi. Big word. Venturi is a big word, and that's a big carburetor term. So next time you're drinking with your friends, you can say, "You'll know what a venturi is?" I do. If you don't, slam a beer. So that's the bowl. Vacuum from the engine as it's pulling the air into the carburetor. It's coming through the front side, and you open your butterfly and it mixes your air fuel, and there it goes. This carburetor has a safety shut off, which is the first thing we want to do when we work on these is take this off and throw it out, because once again, I've said it before, if your lawnmower flips over, this is supposed to shut it off because it's hooked to the oil sensor in the engine. If your lawnmower shuts off, flips over, I'm sorry, I think you got bigger things to worry about than an emergency fuel shut off. So that's pretty much, that's the way the world is nowadays. So that's that one. This one, it's not on here. It also has a bowl that mounts on the bottom, and it holds the fuel, and it also lets the fuel go into the carburetor. As you get vacuum pulling through the carburetor, it pulls it up. You get your fuel, then you get your air coming in here. Your fuel's coming in the little venturi, big word we used earlier here. And you mix your fuel, goes into the engine, and bam, it runs. This right here is your main jet. That main jet is where your fuel goes up into the chamber that the air is going through. Okay, so you're actually pulling fuel through that. And you can put bigger ones of these in with bigger holes, or smaller ones with smaller holes. And that's called, when you hear someone say, I jetted the carburetor, well, that's what they're doing. They're changing the diameter of the inside of this hole for more or less fuel to make the engine run richer or leaner. That's all about how you make horsepower, little things like that. But this bowl's taken off, the float is taken out. But that's pretty much how that works. Once the float is in here, and you know what, let me see if I have this float to show you. Oh, where is it? I should have been more prepared for this, but let me dump all my parts out. Okay, so if I take this right here and I clip it on this, which sometimes I have a hard time doing stuff because you know what? I gotta get rid of those. You can't see my face, so Jim Bob don't need his sunglasses. If you could see this, and if I can figure out how to get it in the camera, there's a little needle right here. All right, this needle hooks to the bottom of this floaty looking thing. What the needle does is the needle goes in this port right here, this port right there. Okay, let me put it in there. Okay, so there's your float right there. All right, and that goes up and down. That goes up and down based on because it's hooked to this, and this float is in here on a pin. And as this carburetor fills up with gas, and remember, this is upside down, so we're looking at it upside down, but this float will open and close. It'll float to the bottom like that, okay, and it'll go down. And when the cover that's on here, when it fills up with gas, it pushes it closed, okay. And as it's doing that, it's letting fuel. Oh, for the love of God, will you just cooperate? Damn. As it's doing that, it's opening and closing this little valve that hooks to that float. What that does is it lets more gas in here or less gas in here. So when your bowl is full on your carburetor, that float pushes all the way up, which is, we're upside down here, so it's, you know, down. It closes it off. It says, nope, no more fuel. We're good in here. As you get less fuel in your bowl, and this is the bowl, that's where the gas sits. It sits in there. Once this fills up, the float's like, yeah, we're good. Close it. We don't want any more fuel. As this bowl might empty, get less fuel in it, your float will then in turn hang down like that, and it'll open this this jet, which is also called a needle and seat assembly, okay. It'll open that and let gas in here and fill up. So that's basically, I mean, it's very simple logic, but they can be very temperamental, because all you need is a piece of dirt in this main jet and it'll ruin your day. Or you need something stuck in between the seat of the needle and where it seats, and you'll be leaking gas all over the place. So that's basically your needle and seat. There's a lot of other stuff going on in here. There's a lot more to this. I'm not going to get into it right now. I just wanted to give you the simple things about how it's working. A lot of you guys know it. You probably turned the video off by now because you're a lot smarter than me. But I just wanted to show you that while I had these carburetors out, and I got to get after some other stuff because I'm just, you know, I'm all over the place. So we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Comment. I love the comments. Don't forget to comment. Talk about my white ceiling. Talk about my face. Talk about how ugly I am. Don't matter. All right. See you later.